Hey everybody, this is Lorelia coming to you with a very different message. It's been a while since I've did a car chronicles type of YouTube video, so wanted to come to you with a very different message. Normally, on this channel, I talk about credit, so not new to the topic of credit. I talk about credit, business credit, personal credit, have over 400 videos on that topic. So I'm not new to the conversation. But today, I'm not specifically going to talk about credit, but I'm going to talk about it indirectly and how, um, as the title says, generational curses. Hey, how you doing? Brandon, how you doing from Raleigh, North Carolina? Um, like I mentioned to you, generational curses. And what do I mean by that? Recently I came across two great Facebook lives that a person did. They talked about generational curses. And they talked about how some people don't even realize that a curse is upon them. And some people like, I don't like using the word curse, I have a girlfriend who mentioned that she didn't want to use the word curse, so she had another word that she preferred to use. And I get it. You do what works for you, because I understand words have meaning, words have power, so I get all that. But understand, let's call it generational setbacks, if that's a little bit better. Don't know. What do I mean by that? In this day and time, with so much information at our fingertips, you got YouTube. I mean, people, as well as myself, spitting free game. You got other social media platforms, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, or what have you. Snapchat, I'm not on as much, so I don't know if people giving game there. But with that being said, with all the information that's at our fingertips, you could get free books online. People are giving away, books on Amazon. Um, but why is it that some people are really still no further than they should be in terms of the needle? Why the needle isn't going any further than it should? And possibly it could be is that some people don't know what they don't know. They don't know that they don't know. What do I mean by that? Because I said I'm going to say that credit, I'm going to use that in an indirect way. Normally when I have consultations, there are some people who are just on the fence, and I get that. In this day and time, people are very leery of who and what they want to spend money with or on. But I can't speak for other people, but I know for myself that by the time a person has gotten on the phone with me, they've seen a few of my videos, they may be on my email communication list, they've seen a webinar, they've bought a book or what have you. And even then, they may feel like, I don't quite know. And so, like I said, I understand that. I can understand that. I totally get it. But never, what holds people back is that many of us come from backgrounds where we don't see value in paying for information. If you look at, there was a whole period of time, centuries, where information was withheld from us. And to now go into a time where everything is now right before us, nothing is not hidden, nothing is under a rock. People will have you believing you can't figure it out on yourself. And that's the biggest fallacy. You can. Don't get me wrong. The reason why you pay people, even someone like myself, is to help you shorten the learning curve, to get there quicker. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be credit, it could be real estate, it could be marketing, it could be internet marketing. It never fails. My phone is always dying. I never have it fully charged up. It can be anything, whatever it is that you're trying to learn. Yet and still, there's a whole bunch of free information out there. So one asks themselves, why should I pay when it's all there for me for free? And that's where the generational curse stands. People don't know what they don't know. See, many of us, individuals like myself who look like me, African Americans, we do not come from backgrounds where paying for information is important. We feel like that people should just give it to us and they should just tell us. And that is actually a generational curse, generational setback, whatever you may want to call it. Because some of us still think that just because the information can be in a book, just because the information could possibly be free on YouTube, that just because the person who delivers it has a price tag on what it is that they do and what they know, that that person should get it for free. And that's why I said people don't know what they don't know. Because unfortunately, many of us feel like that if we talk to a person and if they tell us something that seems so effortlessly, like you know, you got to understand, it's a generational curse when people still in 2020 believe that if it's not hard, if it doesn't take, you know, blood, sweat, and tears, it really is probably not that useful. And let me tell you how I relate that to the topic of credit and funding. And this is when it gets good. So I want to make sure I'm fully charged. This is when it gets when there are people who will have you to believe all these hoops that you have to jump through in order to get business funding or business, you know, or be able to leverage personal credit to, you know, start a business, invest in real estate, you know, start your business credit endeavors. They'll have you believing you have to do all these things. Oh, you gotta have a shell corp, and you gotta do this, and you gotta do that, and all this other stuff. All these intricate details. And so people, and that's really a trick of the enemy. It's a trick of the enemy to the point that it confuses you so much that when you hear someone that says, this is the simple solution, you're looking to get here. I'm here. I'm going to show you how you can get here. Disregard all that mumble jumble that's out there in the marketplace, because really it's a trick of the enemy, is to confuse you. See, what people don't understand, that even though there's so much information out there, that individuals want to confuse you so much to the point that when you hear something that's simple, you like, nah, no, it can't be that hard, you know, like, I mean, not, it can't be that easy. No, it's got to be more work to it. And that's why I said the generational curse comes in. Thank you, EB. Because people are still connecting that things of value takes blood, sweat, and tears. You know, you gotta do this, you know, you gotta walk 100 miles, you know, you know, whatever it takes, that takes extreme physical labor, that people are still saying, if you don't go through the physical labor to get where it is that you want to go, then when you hear something that's much easier, you like, no. And that's why I said people don't know what they don't know. And going back to how business funding and business credit works, is that when I talk to people and I explain to them how, with no effort, with no extraneous let me say confusion, people like, nah, oh no, you know, you gotta do some more proving to me. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, people just don't know what they don't know, because there's someone out there, and a lot of times it's not us. They don't look like us, but you rest assured they real clear with where they want to go. They know where they are right now and where they're trying to get to, and they know that you may be the conduit to be able to get them there. And they know that it's just a simple conversation. Recently, right here in my market, right here in New Jersey, in regards to real estate, because I tell people that offline I work primarily when it comes to business funding, business credit, with a lot of real estate investors. And so not only do I have the business funding part of my business, but I do real estate wholesaling. And then I don't know about other markets, but here in New Jersey, deals they say are tight. They're tight. Investors are so hungry and so, I don't want to say desperate, but they want deals so bad that they're willing to pay the marketing of many real estate wholesalers so they can get first dibs at deals. And so recently, I got a deal that's closing next week. I got other ones that's in the pipeline. And so I had a, person. I'm not going to even disclose where they stand in real estate because I know people watch my videos. But I had a person who reached out to me, wanted me to come down to their office. I went down to their office. We were talking, and the person thought that there was no effort to what it is that I do. And see, you got to know when people are trying to trick you or the trickery exists, because people will have you thinking that what it is that you do, it ain't no effort, but yet and still they want to know what it is you know. You get that? People want to have you thinking what? People want to have you thinking they want to mine. Hey, how you doing, Kenny? People want to have you thinking that what it is that you know is of no value, is of no substance. So they want to mind fuck you and have you thinking that there's no value to it. But yet and still they want to know what it is you know. Did you get that? They want you to think that there's no value to what it is that you know, but then want to know what it is that you know. It's big. That's real talk. That's real talk. And so understand generational curses exist. How do they exist? Because person, whatever it is that you do, and feel like that people want to have you thinking that there's no value to it, because there's a ton of people on YouTube saying what you say, do what you do, books or whatever. But what makes you think that you can put a price tag on what it is that you do and take it to the marketplace? That, my friend, is a generational curse, because like I said, you don't know what you don't know. There's always going to be that group of people. There's always going to be that group of people who want to mind fuck you and have you thinking what it is you know is of no value, but yet and still want to know what it is that you know. But understand that there's a whole group of people know where they're at, know where they want to go, know that you may be the conduit to get them there, and they will gladly pay you for what it is that you know. So don't never think that just because things don't sound hard, they're not as strenuous, you'll be surprised. One of the simplest things, and this has been just me being in business, some of the most simple things I've learned from people that I've worked with, whether they was a coach, consultant, whatever you want to call them, a mentor, an advisor, it was simple. And what happens is that many people, a lot of us who have the generational curse, feel like, what if, okay, there you go, DC, thank you for that. Yeah, I know. I know that. I know what the marketplace has. I know. I can tell with the outdated information. I had a consultation today, and that's what the gentleman told me. I know what's out there in the marketplace. I'm on social media just like everybody else, so I see what's in the timelines. Some things I watch, some things I don't. That's why I know with me, all I gotta do is apply pressure. Apply pressure. apply pressure. And I'm not even applying pressure because I'm doing so much stuff offline that I have to remember, let me serve the people online. I have to remember that, you know. But don't never think that just because you've paid for a strategy, or you want to learn a strategy, or you want to learn some information, and you say, wow, that person, there's no extraneous hoops to jump through. You see what I'm saying? I did a video the other day, I think it was my last video, when I talked about, should you pay for business credit? Understand that most of the individuals who are providing the information of how to get business credit are doing it from the standpoint of what it is that they did. Meaning, this is how they build their business credit. So they are using that as a blueprint. Like, yo, this is the blueprint. This is what I did. This is how much money I was able to get. And I'm going to help you mirror that blueprint. And that may can work, and that may not work. And we all know in all areas of life, that doesn't work. Imagine if you're a fitness instructor and you work with specific body types. There are certain things that are going to take place with someone who's a certain body type, who's a certain age, and they weight and all these things. So imagine if you said, I help people, whatever, lose weight, but the person that you've been getting results from, they're young, they don't have no health issues, but then you come across somebody that may be a little older, they have health issues, there's age to take into consideration. Although you can help them, but the situation gonna be different. And that's the same way with business credit, business funding, is that most people are giving advice from a standpoint of what it is that they do, what they have been able to get. It may not be that same way it's not that same way when you deal with the lenders. How do I know? Because I know different lenders have different criterias. I know that. You can go to one lender. I can take a person to go one lender. They may say you get pre-qualified for $75,000. Another lender may say $90,000. Different pools of money. This lender may say, credit card finance, and this lender may say unsecured lines of credit, term loans, or what have you. Two different products, two different credit qualifications. The list goes on and on. And so if the individuals who are in that marketplace don't have the relationships, and all they're doing is telling you how to work on your personal credit, don't get me wrong, there's value in that, but then all they doing is taking you to a NAV website and say, okay, go to NAV and pick a credit card. Voila, I've helped you build business credit. There you go. So that's my story. That's what I'm sticking to it. Like I said, wasn't a video primarily about business credit or business funding. It's indirectly, and the reason why it was needed to be talked about, because I see so many people who kind of know where they are. I mean, they know where they are. They just kind of want to do it themselves, and that's why I did the beginning part of this video with saying, if all the free information is out there, the YouTube videos, the social media videos, and all this other stuff, then why haven't you moved the needle? That's what I'm saying. Why haven't you moved the needle? What you do is no value, but yet and still want to know what it is that you know. So for those that want help and want to know what it is that I know, they need business, they want to, get started with business funding. Primarily, I think I am changing my direction. I think I'm going to primarily work with real estate investors, only because that is what I'm kind of doing offline. Kind of want to mirror that to online as well. A lot of the consultations that's coming up, those people are in that industry. So, but I do have a free webinar, access to business capital, a funding plan for 2020. It's free. You go to bizcredit.yourmoneymentor.com. After this video processes, the link will be below. Check out the webinar. Check out the different forms of funding. If you see value in it, want to go to the next step, book your 15-minute consultation, and let's move to the next step. Understand the 15-minute consultation is not a dog and pony show. It's not a dog and pony show where I prove to you what it is that I know. So, save yourself the effort. That's not what it is. It's for people that, boom, they want to go to the next step. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. This is Lorelia coming to you with a video today. Haven't did my car chronicles that much in 2020, but looking to do more videos in the future. Okay, until the next video. Bye-bye.